Hello friends. These days, Ollama, Llama 3, Chatbot, these are all buzzwords. And for that reason, I'm preparing this particular video where I will be showing you how can you write a Python program whereby installing Ollama and Llama 3 locally so that you don't have to register yourself in the cloud and you don't have to run short of tokens. So what I have got, well, I've installed Ollama, and as I stated over here, Ollama version 0.12.3. This is a local version of Ollama which is already installed in my system. Even if I go and write in the browser localhost colon 11434, this is a port number of the Ollama local server, and if you hit the enter, it will show you Ollama is running. So that means Ollama is present in my system and it is in active state. So for that reason, I've written a program over here, and I will show you the entire architecture by which the program is going to flow. Well, before I start working on the program part, I would like to fire a couple of commands just to see and tell you about what is happening in Ollama. So I will go with Ollama list, and this will show me the models that are present in my system. These are the models that are all available in the system, and you can see the size of the model that shows the billions of features that the model consists of. That's the reason why they are of such a huge capacity. So currently, which particular model is what I'm running? So let me write Ollama PS, and it will show me, oh, I don't have any model active at this point of time. That's very unfortunate. So what I will do is that I will start with Llama 3. So for that reason, what I will do is that I will write Ollama run, as you can see over here, is Llama 3 colon letters. Exactly, this is what I will be providing. Okay, Llama 3 colon letters. I hit the enter, and this time it starts. Yeah. See, it is ready to interact with me. Well, I don't want to interact at this point of time, or even I can do that. Like, what is computer? A very trivial question I asked, is going to give me the answer to this question. As you can see, this answer is coming in the form of stream. Exactly the similar thing I will be doing with the help of Python program, but this is right now working and from the local perspective. Okay, so once you have installed Ollama, once you install the AI model like Llama 3 or Tiny Llama or even DeepSeek, thereafter you can start your questions, or you can start working like a chatbot, and that is what is happening. But this is happening directly from the after install Llama 3. This is what is happening directly, and a similar thing I will do in context to the program. So I will write this program which would work just like this way that is working over here. Well, this process will continue further, and I don't want to continue further, so I will go for stop. I just stopped it and it's done. So let me clear the screen and let me fire Ollama PS again to see, yes, this time see the model is showing that this is a model that is active right now in the RAM. Okay, great. If you want to stop the model, there's a command for stopping also. We'll see that later on. So we saw that the model is active right now. Great. So now what I will do is that I will get to the Python program, and then eventually I will explain this entire thing. So let me run the Python code now. Let me clear it, and I will be connecting this particular file. So I will write Python space without underscore LangChain underscore true. So in this particular program, I'm not using LangChain, and see, as I hit the enter, the application started and Ollama is ready to take my import. So how exactly is going to work? Well, I'm going to use the request module for executing the post request, because Ollama is installing the server and I have got Python, so Python has to connect to Ollama, and for that reason we are going to use the request in the form of post method. So for that reason, HTTP request is very important. Well, the interaction between Python with that of Ollama will be in the form of JSON. So for that reason, I've given a call to the module called JSON, and time we'll see even that as well. Okay, so Ollama is installed in my system, so I wrote Ollama underscore host localhost. That means it is deployed in the current system which you are seeing right now. The port number which Ollama uses is 11434, and the URL that I will be hitting is something like http colon Ollama host, that means localhost colon port number 11434 /API/chat. This is what been given by Ollama. This is a route that we need to use for going for the local conversation between Ollama and Llama 3. The model which I'm using right now is Llama 3 colon letters. You can use other model like Tiny Llama or DeepSeek is also there. And as you can see over here, I've gone for a couple of print statements because of which you are seeing right now. Okay, so great. Now what is happening? We are inside the infinite while loop and it is waiting for the user input, and that's the reason why you can see right over here it is asking me to enter the input, on basis of which it will generate the output. So coming back to the diagram over here, according to the architecture, as you can see, we are supposed to give an input, and that input is like a prompt, and that input will be taken by request.post, and it will be forwarded to Ollama server running at localhost colon 11,434. 8000 is the default port number of Django, isn't it? So that's how the server runs. Well, after receiving the data, it will pass it to Llama 3. But before it passes Llama 3 must know that what exactly you're looking for. So for that reason, it will create a JSON, and here it will mention which particular model is using, and it will also mention this message, the prompt that I'm looking forward. We'll see that in action right now over here. And then we have got stream. What is the stream? You saw when the output came, it was coming part by word by word it was coming. It was not given to us all of a sudden as a complete chunk. No worries, I will show you. So this payload has to be created. See, now here as you can see, I'm creating the payload in the form of dictionary. So this is a Python dictionary. So over here I'm writing a model name, and that is the Llama 3 colon test. The message that I want to put forward over here, a couple of messages are there. So one message is the part of the AI. Again, Llama 3 is a neural network, so it has got billions of features, parameters. So I want to, the system is telling that the role as a system is telling that it should behave like a helpful assistant. That means this chatbot should behave like a helpful assistant, and it should keep the answer very brief, if possible to one paragraph, and it should be in the data range of 50 words. So that means when it will learn this particular instruction, it will prepare this answer in such a way so that it adapts to the requirement that has been specified over here. So it should be one paragraph and which consists of 50 words. Okay, so that is what the instruction is given to the AI, that they should do it like this way. Okay, our AI understood that I need to do it like this way. Very good. Now what exactly are we looking forward? The search operation, the prompt has to be given, right? So that is where the role of user comes in, and whatever prompt it will give, whatever prompt it is given over here, that will be supplied over here. And finally, the output that will be shown in the form of stream, not all data together. So it will be like a chunk wise, it will be displayed. So this is going to be a complete payload, which is in the form of Python dictionary, but unfortunately you have to interact when Ollama with Llama 3, it has to be converted to JSON format. So that's what you can see right over here. So with the help of request module, we are giving a call to the post request so that the data goes very safely, and where it should go, what is the target route? This is the target route where it should go, and what format of data you should carry for yourself, that is what this particular payload is, and it is in the form of Python dictionary, but eventually it gets converted into JSON format, right? And the data will be served in the form of stream. So that's what I have written, and this entire thing will get executed. After getting executed, it will generate one response, and this response is the object, or you can say reference of the response, right? And then we will see whether we have able to connect to Ollama URL, Ollama server, and it has been able to forward the payload. If everything is fine, then this will return a status code of 200. If not, then definitely there's a problem in connecting Ollama, and it will continue. It will go up to the loop once again. So in this case, as you can see, the program is started successfully, and it is waiting for the user request. So as you can see over here, it is the input will be coming through Python, and this Python data will be forwarded to Ollama. Ollama will convert it into JSON format, and then it will pass on to the respective model. So it can be Tiny Llama, it can be Llama 3, it can be DeepSeek, and these are all neural networks depending upon the number of billions of parameters on which it has been groomed, it has been trained, right? So now I will forward the data after I give my question, and this will go to the Ollama will forward to Llama 3. So Llama 3 will read from its LLM, from its AI, and it will generate a response, right? It will generate a response, exactly what you can see. It generates a response, and in that response, what will happen? It will check whether the response has been successfully met or not. I mean, we have been able to connect to the Ollama route, that is localhost colon 11434 port number did we reach successfully, and it has been able to connect. If so, then it's all fine. And then the control will enter inside this particular loop as it's keep on waiting for the response to come from Ollama. Okay, so let me show you once. So here I'm writing a question like, what is Python? Okay, let's hit the enter, and this request has been forwarded to Ollama via request.post, and it is now, see, this is the data that is coming part by part, and that is called stream. So that means the control was waiting inside this particular loop, and it is asking that, do I have any line to print? Okay, response iterate lines means it's asking, do I have any line to print? If not, then it will wait until the data comes from Llama 3 to Ollama and to the iterate lines, and then response.iterate lines. So response is the one which is holding the data temporarily, and inside the iterate underscore line iterate. So iterator is something that is there, a feature of Python, because it's not like a loop that it will display the entire execution all of a sudden. I mean, all at one go. But in this case, it has to wait, because the data will come from Llama 3 to Ollama, and then Ollama will forward it to Python. So this pipeline, it needs to wait until the data comes, and it will continue waiting till the HTTP connection is intact. Okay, when the connection breaks out, like over here, after sending a certain amount of data, the HTTP connection got broken, then only the loop will be ending, otherwise it will keep on waiting. So once the data comes in inside this variable called line, from line, remember this data is in form of JSON. So you need to convert back to Python dictionary. So JSON.load will convert the data into Python dictionary, so that we can go for extracting. Inside this chunk, it will hold the data, and it will check that is there any key called message. If you remember, we have got a message key, so I'm expecting that the response will also come in the message. Inside message there will be content, like what you can see right over here. There's a content, and if there's any content, then print that content. Okay, this chunk, so data got stored inside the chunk, and inside the chunk the data that been sent by Llama 3 to Ollama, that will be stored inside this message, and that's where we are targeting, and we display it, right? And then after displaying it, should get flushed up, it should be removed from the memory, and wait until I ask the next question. So what if the question is something, how Django and Python are connected? As I hit the enter, this request goes to the Llama 3, and Llama 3 is displaying the data now, and that's how the thing is working. And this is all happening in the form of stream, and it's going on and on, right? So this is how this particular Python program is really working, and as you can see over here, it's really great. And at this point of time I'm working on Python, but definitely this particular program I want to upgrade it to Django, and it will be really a great thing to work. But at this point of time, as you can say, is that this connection is still intact, and it will wait till the response or till the HTTP connection gets broken apart, then only the iterate process will terminate. Like, it is still waiting. So once I go for Control Z, it stops and we're out of it. So this is how exactly the chatbot is working. So we have made use of Llama 3 as the AI model, which is connected with Ollama, and Ollama is accepting the input from the user and is forwarding the data in the form of response. So as you can see over here, the response came, and I have mentioned the data type over here so that you understand that what type of response is coming. And finally we have been able to collect all the data that came in the form of, coming in the form of stream, and that is the reason why you saw the data is coming in like one after the other, and that's where the iterative concept works in, and finally the output came in front of us. So that's the beauty of this particular program. In my next video I will definitely try to connect this one with Django to make it a far more beautiful one. Okay, so stay tuned, take care, bye bye.